Hey, welcome back to Willie's Guitars and another video comparing old guitars to new guitars. We just got this in. Hopefully by the time you see this video, you're going to see this 1963 ES-335. Now the 63 335 hardtail in red is an Eric Clapton guitar, and even after all these years, Clapton still has influence because he recorded a lot of material on this particular model. So guys for years have looked for cherry red stop tail guitars, and you can see this has been played quite a bit. It looks like a Salvador Dali painting on that, and it actually so much played like this that it's worn a hole. So that little piece of tape underneath there is covering up a hole, and no, we won't take the tape off. We can see there's a hole underneath there, and when you get it you can do what you want, but for right now, this little piece of tape is staying, and you're going to have to trust us that that has been part of his stroke pattern on this. Now, this guitar is otherwise straight. I'm playing through a Car Super B, which is a single 10 speaker and a low wattage thing, and I have the phone in my hand, which someone else is going to come grab. So now that I've gotten rid of the phone, playing this guitar, these are not PAFs, they're just post PAFs. PAFs were 57 until 62, and by mid 62 there's a lot of mixes. I have seen PAFs on guitars as late as 68. It's true. Mostly when they get past the 65 zone, they're gold hardware. But they, as soon as they got the patent sticker, they wanted to put the patent sticker on there. They wanted to protect their patent on that. So it wasn't a patent applied for. They were eager to get that patent sticker on there. And then they used up a lot of the older pickups. This has two patent sticker pickups. There's very little difference to the sound. They're a little more consistent perhaps, but the guitars from this area, remember, they didn't have any master volumes in the 60s. This was all amps that were set to its cruising altitude, 5, 6, 7 on an amplifier, and they're meant to have low distortion, and what they offer is a really nice upper mid-range. And this amp's set at low volume, so we can hear each other talk. Has a really crisp, here's with two pickups. And of course the neck pickup. Clean up magnificently. Now, when you're getting into older guitars like this, as always, we'll remind you that pre-65 Gibsons have a steeper headstock pitch like this one does. They have a wider nut. In 65, they started narrowing the nut. On 335s, there's a little more curve to the body. These aren't quite Mickey Mouse ears on this. The frames that they use to make these guitars kind of got worn out a little bit. They fluff out a little more. This is post Mickey Mouse ears, but they're still a little bigger than the normal ones you'd see like on a 68, where this gets a little thinner. And then the hardware is nickel. That's the other of the third thing. It is headstock pitch, neck shape, and nickel hardware. Nickel hardware went through 65, and just to confuse you, all three of those could come up randomly in 65. You could get a 65 guitar that has all three of those. You could get a 65 guitar that has none of those or any combination thereof. The most important thing to people is a big neck. Now, this isn't a 65. This is a 63. Brazilian rosewood board, real lacquer, real cotton-based lacquer. So the newer guitars, like this reissue, are what a lot of people say dipped in rubber. That's an exaggerated point, but it's one that shortens so you can understand it better, where the bodies just aren't as cared for as they were in this era. The wood was better from this era. The factories were smaller. They were putting out less product. Hundreds of 335s from this era, as opposed to now is thousands per year, if not tens of thousands per year. And so this is kind of their golden era. The woods were older, they were seasoned better, there wasn't the drying kilns like they have now, although they did use a kiln for stuff. Their plywoods on these were made in-house. They didn't go buy plywood. They actually manufactured their own plywood, and they would do it for tone. The way the guitar is arched on the back, the way it's arched on the top, that was all quite brilliant. The 335 is their longest running model. When it came out in 57, the 335, late 57, 58, the 335 has been not discontinued. It's continually in production until today. So this 63 ES-335 that's had a hole worn in it is coming up, but I'm going to play it next to this modern guitar, and this is a Memphis-made 335 reissue. It has the nickel hardware. It's a cool guitar. What they're doing really now is making pickups that are a little stronger, and I'll shut up and play. Automatically, this has got a lot more teeth. It's breaking up this amp. These pickups have a lot more output. This guitar has a lacquer finish, but as I said, the body's been treated differently to seal up the grain rather quickly, where these old ones, where the sealing process for sealing up the grain before they put on the finish was quite different. But really the pickups, when the magnets age on the old ones, and I'll play these one more time, when the magnets age on the old ones, they sweeten up. You can turn up your amplifier, but these can be kind of in your face. For a lot of you, this is great. This is what you want. You want something. And then when you turn it down, you're playing on the couch. And they're great. They're acoustically, you can hear it. They're still woodier than a Les Paul or an S2. Now, I'm going to close out the video and play that that other one. This one, by the way, is one we just got in. It's kind of a rare color. This is in that 35 zone. As a reissue, it has a lot of those features, the nickel hardware and that. But there's a reason guys will buy old ones and continue to buy old ones, and will always buy old ones. And there you go. There's two guitars, new and old. This one is rare.